Hey Aquarius, how you doing? It's your girl Ruth. Welcome back to another series on you and what's going on and things like the title says. Are you from this planet? If not, call on your alien family, and you will be another one that kind of know what I'm talking about. You know, I was listening to Uncle Fernando. I told y'all about before, and Furburn, and he was talking about that. And he's an astrologer, and he said that he joined the occult, and the first thing the occult teaches you is how the world works and how everything is, how it created and everything. And he said that almost everybody here came from other planets, okay, in the solar system. So while him saying that, he started naming, he was going to get deep off into it, but of course he had other beings stopping him from different things. He's going to try his best to tell us more. And we all know how that go. So uh, I started thinking about my own life, and I started looking back. It made sense to me, And before I get off into that, well, as a child, like I might have mentioned to y'all before about me going outside and saying, where am I? There's so much crime and hatred and prejudice and jealousy and, just too much control here and, how disrespectful everything was as a child when going outside and saying that. I noticed that. I just, didn't fit in. And not only my family type, I was the baby of the family and it was like I wasn't, just so many things went on, Then my mom let us be free enough to go and we moved from our hometown to here. She let us be free enough to go to different churches and learn different religions. And what I got out of all of them was how controlling they were. So I was checking out, how controlling everything and how they keeping each neighborhood in a certain controlled state, and they like spies in the neighborhood, making sure that the neighborhood don't get up or don't get down. That's one thing I noticed, right? And then I started doing more research on blood because I about the bloodline and stuff like that. I tell y'all about that, know your blood type, stuff like that. And I noticed that there are more than one color of red blood. It's other type of color of blood, and also the blood types AB or whatever it is more than that. So the lies just kept coming, right? And I've been noticing through the years by him saying that it just kind of clicked, right? And then I was saying about the food killing us. Maybe they bought that different plants from different other planets and to Mother Earth's plants, and maybe that's what they're spicing and all the 10 um, businesses that's laboratories that's making our food that's selling in stores. And that's what's making us almost sick and out our head and different things. And then I looked up why we have stores, and then it's like for more control, making sure they know where you are, stuff like that. Just what you're eating, put in the stores what you're going to eat, programming. So, everything he was saying was kind of making sense. I'm looking over my life, right? If you don't feel, another thing, you don't feel like eating or drinking something, you shouldn't do it. The inside of you tell you don't eat that. But the body, this sleeve, this human body that we have, it craves the stuff, it's programmed to crave the things that we shouldn't eat, and also it came from the dirt, so it want to go back to the dirt. So of course it want to bring you death, or to this body to die. You never die. The inside of you, just things I've been looking at. And then I start saying, well, who are the true earthlings? Is it a fucus? you know some say the fucus is the Andromedas. So I'm just questioning everything, and it's like Mother Nature, her children, animals, plants, leprechauns, all the fairies and nymphs, And like I did a series on the god Pan, and who they mocked and destroyed his name, turned them to the devil. That was Mother Nature's son, children as well. This where they get the name Satan and the devil and all that for, and make, and making, he wasn't a violent person at all, like they say. He used his name for, and they use his name for fear and gain followers and control over people again. you know, because it was a big money making business. Okay, so I'm looking at him as he's talking. I'm looking over my life, right, and looking over the things that I found out, right. So it must have been some type of witchcraft or some type of manipulation in a higher realm, to make all these things and everybody be like this, just like neighborhoods, like I say, you got the poor neighborhoods, you got the poor neighborhoods, you got the middle class, you got upper class, and you got elite, just putting everybody in the category, making these things and putting people on those categories and then watching you destroy yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so there's something higher than a human doing this. And, it's just things that I start seeing. The pieces just start coming together. um, then the money system came along, and I started investigating that. And I'm saying, like, okay, the Sumerians, the Babylonians, the Greeks, the Chinese now, but their name wasn't Chinese back then, and Japanese. So they had a part in that. Okay, first they started where people were selling, giving rocks and crystals, and then they started with gold, silver, diamond to get what they wanted. Then somebody decided they wanted their face on something, so they made the coin. And then from that they started making the paper money, the fiat, the IOUs, for the gold or whatever you have inside of their banks or place or whatever they had at that time, you know. And then, it's just, then now it's coming back around again. Everything's circling again. Then we got the Bitcoin, and they finna get rid of the paper. So now I say, okay, so since everything's changing, maybe we all need to go back to trading ourselves, maybe staying and buy ourselves because they're going to probably stop everything again. I don't know. I'm just saying. And because they're losing control because everybody kind of waking up. So I said, well, everybody needs to kind of like wherever your surroundings is, because they try to keep us apart. That's why they started this virus thing. Get together and grow stuff, and one person your craft or what how to either sell to each other or trade with each other or something like that. Let's join in their game. You know what I'm saying? Just go back in history and find out what your mom, your dad, and the elders did and stuff like that, and start automatically go ahead on and just start doing that, right? So I was all this stuff was coming to mind. What else I had? Then they're still that, like I said, they're stealing from Mother Nature, taking all out. All the crystals, the gold, the copper, and everything out of her mother, or disrespecting her over and over again, and her children. And we are children here, since that's all we knew. So they disrespecting us again, as well as the planet that we don't know nothing about our other planets. So this is all we got. So we don't have to protect this than what we got until we find out who our alien family, more about that, right? So whatever. Then the control. We were uninformed, like I said. We're not stupid or dumb. We just were programmed. We didn't notice the way they taught us. They got rid of the elders, and the ones that didn't have knowledge and tell us, they left their marks, and now they're getting rid of that. They're changing things. Ancient trees. They're taking up graveyards of ancient people. They disrespecting that. They building on that, and nobody's saying a word. Well, far as I know, in my circle, nobody, just disrespecting the elderly, so whoever they are, they planet or wherever they was from, they didn't care about the elders evidently, or anything else, just, let me see, now you get to wonder, were we stolen or not, the way they ask, it's like, okay, from a planet, were we sold, were we stolen, we're put here to be punished, or what, what was going on, which one is it? If I don't remember. We don't remember none of it because they took our memory, the control or whatever, from past lives or whatever. I was really upset as a child. I told y'all about that, right? And then I had a vision of. I used to have these visions all the time that I was on a spaceship with my family. I'm assuming, and I didn't want to come back here. And they would be. I guess they was trying to convince me or whatever. And I had this situation for a while, and then I guess I got mad or whatever, and I didn't have the vision for a long time. But a couple of days ago, they gave me a vision of me being on a spaceship as a child. I was I was woke. I wasn't asleep, and they raised the glass up just like you see on the movies, and I was asleep in the bed under the glass, and I guess it was my dad raised it up, and I came out of the vision. So when I found him saying this, it started all making a little sense, right? I'm gonna go ahead and start to see what they want to tell y'all about this week, okay? So, just little things. I don't know if y'all notice anything in y'all life as well, that you might have just noticed some things by me saying that or before me saying that or something like that, you know. Let's see what they want to say first. Um, Buy some healthy foods, be creative, make something this week for your family, friends, neighbors, and others. See, if they want us all to, I'm going to talk about I just talked about the food. So we know the food is not nothing. Healthy foods. Mother Nature has plenty of healthy foods, you know, out in nature. That's free, and being creative and everybody getting together and do stuff. So that's one thing. Cleaning off is cleaning your yard. So make sure, like I always say, before you do lime your yard, make sure you look for Mother Nature's edible healing plants in your yard, time to clean and if it's time to clean or whatever, maybe get rid of clutter and get rid of stuff, and unnecessary things, you know. Get get a plant or plant one inside or out. T work on. See, that's what I'm finna talk about again. Getting plants and edible plants and Mother Nature plants for in your house, around your house, your neighborhood. So if they close the stores and all this stuff again, then we'll survive. You know, go back to the old ways. And how did they take care of teeth back in those days? They didn't have a dentist. You know, just different things I'm putting together as I'm listening to him about the planets, because I'm not sure about getting back to that planet yet, but I know this planet we're on. So I'm like, well, what things can we do now to make sure that we're going to be okay? So this is kind of mostly was about Anna reading as well. Maybe some things are triggering you that maybe you can start doing. And if you haven't already been doing it, then I looked at the how they make us work, the work ethic, dying and working so much, and you know what I'm saying, and then not enjoying anything, not enjoying Mother Nature, not enjoying your family. You got to go to work. We had that example last week when they shut everything down. So everybody should be in another mindset right now, not thinking everything's going to go back to where it was. It's not, especially if they say it's going to be the age of Aquarius. And if they research, and I've been trying to put as much examples and things that I found about how that age was. See, I don't know what everybody think, but it's not going back to where you think. Just Uranus alone, that planet brings a whole different everything out your planet, right? So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about. And then then on top of that, last year on the 4th of July, it was stated that the white supremacy wanted to mess with the black people, said they was going to kill them and do a whole lot of stuff on the 4th of July. So these people right here showed up, whole bunch of black men. Okay, I mean rows and rows of them, you know, and I was so happy. And you know what? No cops showed up, no FBI, no CIA, no mayor, nothing showed up. Nothing at all showed up that day. And then later on that night, I was at my daughter's friend's house. She wanted to introduce her to her boyfriend's white guy, his family, and celebrate the 4th of July with him. I really don't celebrate it because it's not my holiday. But anyway, I went to respect for my daughter. And as we outside, I'm going to show y'all. Yeah, oh, shoot. As we outside and they're popping firecrackers and everything, look what happened in the sky. This would happen at night. I think that was them going back home. They made their point. What is this, y'all? Watch it disappear in the sky. In their spaceship going back home. That's how I really honestly feel that. See? That was cool. Yeah, that happened at night. And I feel in my bones that was the guys, the men that came that day. So like I said, as he's saying this stuff, and I'm like, wow, to myself, something going on, let me see if I got other times when I go to talk to them about what they're going on here. They want to come back. Okay, yeah. So I finished that. Now, and I make sure, I always make sure when I have a thank you prayer, I always thank everything for, uh, the universe, the galaxies, the cosmos, I thank everything, Mother Earth, everything in it. Thank her for letting us be here. All the planets. It's just something that told me to start doing that, right? So let's see, we got the lovers, Gemini. Love affairs, romance building again within marriage, relationship, relatives, loving relationship you could share with a friend. So it's going with that again about helping each other out. So start back loving each other again, because that's what we need to do. They trying to take love from us. They trying to make us scared of our neighbor. How many viruses have already been here? You know, how many people have passed with virus? How many people have cured themselves with viruses? We need to do more research. What's wrong getting a microscope or getting some kind of equipment that you can order on Amazon or whatever and take the time out to experiment on things? They're not the only ones can experiment. Mother Earth, Dr. Saber told us that everything, how we get sick, what's the problem, the mucus. He told us every disease can be cured. They even took the man to court and he won. So everybody panicking instead of taking the time to find out and make their body healthy, clean their body out, eat healthier, and find out what's going on, right? It's just little things that I'm putting two and two together, and I'm really getting off into it. Then I used to listen to this man, the tall white alien, and he very knowledgeable. Could listen to him, and he was talking about all white people are from his planet, and don't get sucked into that, because that's that whole thing. No, everybody, it's not about color, it's not about blacks, it's really not crayons, okay? And the melanin, they've been taking out DNA and splicing the melanin, taking the melanin out of people to color. And for years, centuries, they've been doing this. They even convince people to sell it, but it's not a color thing. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's part of this human body to make you function, to make you healthy and stronger. So by taking that particular copper carbon out of your body, it makes your bones brittle. It makes you start making you sickly. So of course, if you're going to get anything else, they're going to add into your body as a shot or anything else, because the shot, for as I know through the years, the shot always had the disease in the shot. They put the disease, whatever wrong, inside of you to cure you. That it never make no sense to me. But that's, of course, is going to make you're not healthy. You're eating wrong. They done poison the food. They done poison the water. So of course you're going to get sickly. So now we have to start cleaning our body out, okay? Um, so yeah, let me see. So if you feel different, and this could be the reason why you're not from here. So start asking inside you and wherever you're from to help show you this, if it's true or not. Can you go back why you came here? The truth of everything is possible, and your true family. Because I know when I started on this journey, I just flat out asked when I believed in the God. I said, look, I want to know the truth. I looked up to the heavens. I want to know the truth about everything going on. That's when they started my journey about different things. They showed me to read, how to read the Bible, different things like that. And then I looked at Star Trek, and I noticed they always had a cage. They always had different species on there. So then I started saying, okay, so was the Jesus ship they say that they got from people from Africa brought them over here, was it really a spaceship going to different planets and getting different people? Because we know the movies and they have to show us the truth, or what's going on. It's just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you start putting two and two together. I'm hoping I'm helping in some type of way. If you may put two and two together. Have you given your kids a hug? Kids give praise today. So yeah, make sure you do that, and teaching your kids about how to clean water and planting plants, and maybe inside the house in case they close the whole city down again. What's the importance of everything. What do I have? I want to get ahead of myself. Yeah, so before I get off into that, so when you think about it, history, okay, let's go back to Egyptian people and the cats and dog statues. Were they real people like that? Are they still here? Was they from another planet? Are they hiding as a cat and dog? Or was they, cursed to be a cat and a dog to walk? Because I know a lot of animals around me, they're different. It's like some is your protection. Maybe I knew them from a long time ago. Maybe they're from my planet. They took our memory. Don't know. They loyal. They be around you. Then you got some that that ain't so loyal. That will take your breath or do something in a minute. My grandson, who's Aquarius, he was at home His mom went out of town. So he noticed that the cats were fighting outside, and in particular, some he felt like I felt that they was trying to like come inside of him. Cause I know I did a series on Time to Die, and in one of those series, I found out that different things in the cosmos, and they'll ask you, do you want to come back as an animal or as a person, whatever. And some people don't want no responsibility, so they come back as an animal. And then maybe that person wanted to come out, maybe it was a wandering spirit. There's so many things going on, and my grandson agreed with me. I moved on, so should you. So if that's in your life and you have to leave someone or whatever it may be, leave your surroundings, or maybe you have untrustworthy people around you, whatever it may to be, because we're going to have to buckle up with people we trust around us. Do you know you are worthy of love? See what I'm saying? Everybody's worthy of love. You know? Do you do your loved ones know your favorite color? Get to know each other. Get to know who you love, who you care about. Y'all start sharing each thing about each other. Opening up. What else want to say? Oh, and one video I looked at on YouTube, it was a lady said she was a reptilian. So she was telling the history that was given to her from her ancestors, that when they first came to Earth, that the Andromedans were here, and they were fighting because they wanted the copper and different things, the gold and stuff from this Earth to repair their spaceships. And so they got to fighting. So the reptilians wasn't winning, so they caused um, the ice age. So some say that there was a dinosaurs, ice age killed the dinosaurs. I didn't find that yet, but I listened to her talk about that. So she said it was too cold that her people couldn't stay here, so they went back, and they came back centuries later when the ice melted, and they stayed on top of the earth. And she said they had houses and everything before we came. She said then another species of aliens came, and they had to fight them, so they went into the caverns in the earth. You know, it's just just fascinated by it. Just by him saying that, I started clicking on, because a lot of times you don't have a lot of people to talk to about this. It's like people think you cuckoo for cocoa puffs. You know what I'm saying? So this is no more fighting, bickering, or nothing like that. It's time for networking. You know what I'm saying? 501s, arguments, battles around you. So anybody got time for that no more? We got to figure out what is their next plan. Because if they're powerful enough to go to a planet and take some people, take some aliens or whatever, and bring them back and experiment on them, they're pretty powerful, y'all. But they mess with our DNA, and they put us in their DNA, so we smart than they if we get it together and start thinking, because we got each one of them in us. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what First Deacon Leo said. Yeah. I mean, that's your opposite as well. Let's see what it says. The first deacon Leo is ruled by the sun. It's a Leo deacon. This is the rule of all, or at least this is how this person sees themselves. They see themselves as special and entitled to being leaders, or adored in all that they do in the nicest possible way. They feel as if they were born to be first, and in many respects they are right. As they radiate warmth and regal presence, Leo is ruled by the heart, and many belong to this deacon are benevolent leaders, but they often lack humility. When others don't quite see them as they see themselves, or treat them with the attention they feel they deserve, they can feel very hurt. So, maybe you got somebody around you, I hope it ain't you, and feeling that way, but I feel those are the leaders here that, we already know they tyrants, manipulators, and everything else. They feel they're entitled to do what they're doing. We like their little sheep. We like nothing really to them. Just things I happen to look at and click when he said that. So the ones they say are enemies, that's questionable. I was thinking about Hitler. I remember the story about researched on that and said that an alien was helping him. Maybe that was from his planet, helping him get things together. But America want to say they started the war in first, but they didn't steal no scientists. America stole their scientists. They try to put it in history that they did that after the fact. But who's to know they've been lying about everything else? So they started the wars. Everything is questionable now. Are the different countries, different aliens from other planets that they've been fighting the wars and having us fighting wars in, killing innocent people because they're looking for other aliens in those spots, stealing people's resources, taking oil and all that minerals and elements out the body to repair their spaceships and different stuff like that. Is that what they're doing? You know what I'm saying? Something is going on. Killing babies, families, you know what I'm saying? Then now they stopped the war in Afghanistan. I'm proud of that, glad of that, wonderful. You know, the people ought to be happy right now. But they plan on bringing some Pacific type ones here. You know, I'm all for people changing their lives and stuff, but are they are they really from there, or are they lab rats that they stole the children? And you know how we seen the movies, how they torture them and this and that. Are they coming over here to spy and do something else, bring some other type of disease? What are they doing? You know what I'm saying? This everything is so questionable now. Don't trust them at all. But they can only hurt those who are unaware of people they pumped up with drugs and like I say, mind control and stuff like that. So don't fear none of them. And the fearful, that's the ones they gonna really get. So we got to be careful about who we have around us. So a lot of so-called enemies are our family coming to help us, made us fear and hate them. You know, I remember looking at a lot of comics books growing up, and I found a lot of information in the comics books. Even now that I'm grown, I've been buying them and finding them and everything. Tells a lot of things that's going on today in those comic books. Now I see, but I took that out, and I don't have it as prevalent like they did when I was a child. You know, because they didn't want you to know the information. Is this why they are going to and want to go back to space to steal some more people, some more aliens? They're needing the copper and the gold, going to different spots in the earth and destroying those people, land and stuff, because that's what they're trying to do. So watch the person that's around you. Watch the mate. Watch who you choose. You know, make sure they're credible. You can tell. You know, pray on them. Ask about stuff. Watch their behavior. They could destroy you and yours. So be careful. You know. Unlike Furburn was talking about the black lights. Now they putting stuff out on the streets, all in the stores to see who got the shot. You know what I'm saying? But I did see this right here. I made a video about it, and this came from Red Cross, stating, where is it, that they where is it? Sorry, guy. Okay, let me see if I can go back in history. Okay, hold on 1 second now. Oh shoot, let me go to part 2. I'll be right back.